Hey YouTube, this is Saffron DP Farrell, and I'm reviewing a comic book. It's Nova Volume 2 Knowhere. I've had this book for a while. I read it twice. Um, and I'm sorry, it took me so long to review it. But then again, I read so much shit at once that I have to go through everything to figure out, hey, am I gonna review this? Am I gonna review that? Blah blah blah. And sometimes shit gets left behind. This happens, but this is a great book. And I found out recently that this series actually got canceled. I don't know like on what issue it got canceled, but I do know there's a third volume. I don't know if that third volume connects the rest of the series, but I'm gonna find out if I ever get that book, which I don't know if I am. If I find it, I will buy it. That's about it. Okay, the story for this one. Oh, I forgot to say who wrote it. Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. Artists are Wellington Alves and Paul Pelletier. For Wellington Alves does issues 8 to 10. Paul Pelletier that did Guardians of the Galaxy with Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. He does issues 12, I mean 11 through 12, and this trade comes with Nova Annual #1, but it does that even though it is an annual, it does fit into the story of this book, the main kind of plotline, and it shows Nova's origin. And the story for this is Nova, a Richard Rider, and I just realized this. Richard is short for Dick, and Richard Rider is from Long Island. So you think about it, his name is Dick Rider from Long Island. Dick Rider, Long Island. Someone definitely made whoever created this guy definitely was making a dick joke. Or like fucking gay joke, whatever. I it took me a while to realize this. I don't know if I went into this in my other review because I haven't heard that review. But this is something I realized at the time I did the first review and just wanted to talk about. I don't know if I did in the first one. I apologize if I'm retreading this. But yeah, that I thought that was kind of funny. His name is Dick Ryder from Long Island. Dick Ryder. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Oh man, I gotta talk about the book. Dick Ryder. So Dick Ryder, this is a spoiler alert, but if you haven't read the first one, don't watch the review for the second one, because we're going to talk about shit that happened in the first one in detail. Okay. Uh, so he, so Nova is still infected with the transmode virus from the first trade, and Gamora and Drax now infected with they're still infected with their transmode virus is chasing Nova. Even though Nova is infected with the Phalanx transmode virus, it's not in full mode. It's not in full mode because he was able to repress it somehow with World Mind's help. So right now he's just trying to get away from Gamora Drax. That leads him to he goes through like his portal thing, a wormhole or whatever, and it takes him. to literally the edge of the universe. The edge. Where he encounters a ship called Knowhere. Knowhere with a K at the front. And Knowhere is a ship where scientists from all over the world, not over the world, over the galaxy, universe, whatever, uh, come to Knowhere to fucking study the edge of the universe because there's some cool shit that happens there. And this kind of reminds me. This is kind of like a horror. This story is kind of like has a horror ishness to it. But there's something wrong with Nowhere, right? It's empty except for the luminals, which is like they're like the Avengers for this other planet. Apparently, these fucking idiots brought a box that contained like a supervillain that they were gonna throw out in space, and it's up, whatever, fuck. And they were gonna throw it out into the edge of the universe, but he escaped out of the box and turned them into like zombies, kinda. And that's what this guy's special power is. His name is Abyss, but he didn't escape out of the box fully. It's just there was a crack in the box or whatever, and that was able to let him use his power. He also has another power where he can escape from anything and anywhere, but whatever. It's up to Nova and the chief security of Knowhere, Cosmo, which is a Russian dog that wears a spacesuit that has telepathic and telekinetic powers. Means he can telepathically communicate with people and he can move shit with his mind. Kinda. And he's kind of powerful too for a dog. I thought that character was cool. I gotta bring up a massive plot hole. Wollmine brought up the fact that this guy, Abyss, has been defeated by the Luminals like hundreds of times. Yet, when the box that he's contained in is fucking cracked just a little bit, he's able to use his power and like turn them all into zombies. What stopped him from doing that before? Especially when he was captured and locked up in the box. Seriously. That's where there's I don't know. The reason why same reason fuck, I can't talk today. The reason why Nova can like block out this shit is because Worldmind is using like I don't know whatever is doing something that's whatever. Okay, the explanation they give is he can block it because Worldmind is doing something to keep the transmode virus from taking over Dick Ryder's body, Nova. I smile when I said that. From having the transmode virus take over, and that whatever and what he's doing is somehow blocking Abyss's influence too. Though Cosmo can block the guy's mind powers because of his his own like telepathy. I don't know. He has like psychic shielding through it with his powers. But yeah, so there's a huge plot hole with that. Like the Lumos must have had some kind of way to block Abyss's powers, but somehow they didn't have it on them at the time. So that's that's the only explanation I would accept. But I don't know, man. It's fucked. Um, Besides from that, Nova he escapes. You know, he beats the shit out of Abyss, obviously. Then it goes into the annual, which is like an origin story. Then it goes after there, where Nova is trying to find a cure, and that leads him to have a cool have a cool meeting with Warlock, who's actually uh, who Warlock from the New Mutants is actually um, one of the species that the Phalanx grew from. Like they're like their fathers of that species. I forget what the fuck it was called. What their species was called. Let me check. Not Sirens. I'm trying to find it here, but the tech the tech archy. That's what it's called. That's the fodder species of the phalanx. He's a tech archy. But somehow he's a mutant too. I never understood that, but whatever. Let's talk about the art. The art is good. It's very detailed at times. It's great. There's great action, obviously. Funny dialogue with Cosmo, and there's just good dialogue altogether. And there's also an explanation why he says blue blazes, which I thought was cool. Apparently he gets it from his dad. So yeah, this is a great book. I love this writing team, but between the both of them, they should have fucking like they should have found out that plot hole and like fucking clog it up or whatever, man. Fix it. But I kind of find it hard to believe that between the two of them, they couldn't figure out that there was a plot hole in their book that needed fixing. But whatever, this is a good book. I'm not gonna hold it against it. It's still a great book. I had a great time reading it the second time around, and that usually doesn't happen. I don't like usually when I read like a book a second time around. It's just I don't know. I know what's gonna happen. I'm kind of bored, but it kept me entertained. So this is a great book. I highly recommend it. I'm gonna give it like a must own. I would give a higher rating if not for that one plot hole. It's a great book. That's all I gotta say. See you later.